Je vous demande pardon. Forgive me, Your Honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. Oh, he committed perjury. That's not good. Exactly. You gotta think about his safety. Oh, gosh. I like how the rose has an infinite amount of petals. Okay. Was he alone at his table? Yes, you saw him from the kitchen. Maggie Bird remembers it differently. She swears there was another man at the victim's table. Ha! Unfortunately for you, Wright, yesterday's witness also testified that the victim was alone. Certain coffee's bittersweet bite. What kind of coffee has he been drinking? It's not coffee, it's love. It's love that's been... No, it's chocolate. It's dark chocolate. I remember the old man arrived not long after him. My French accent is so rusty. Oh my god. By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct? Oui, he comes often for my special coffee. I drank your coffee once, Mr. Armstrong. It's special. It's worth a sip just for the experience. Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You're most welcome anytime. I said it was worth one sip and nothing more. So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival at... Oh. That is correct. And by your recollection, how much time would you say elapsed? Approximately 2 minutes, I would say. 2 minutes? Rats! There were no other customers. So your only customers were Mr. Kudo and the victim. How many times do you need to ask the same thing? You'd never catch me drinking the same blend twice, huh? You're trying to establish the presence of a phony victim in the restaurant, but you're wasting your time. You can't grind birdseed to make coffee if you catch my drift. But there's a hole in this testimony somewhere, I'm sure of it. When he got word he won la lottery, Monsieur Elk became very excited. Did he? Did you see him? No, I was in the kitchen, but I heard him. I remember him shouting, "Yes! $500,000! Presumably the defendant heard that too then, correct? Maggie? She looked like a poor little frightened dove. And what about Mr. Kudo? The old man choked on some bird seeds that got stuck in his throat. Okay. It was approximately 5 minutes later that the poisoning incident occurred. You just said it was 2 minutes. And what were you doing at that point? Without any customers, you must have had time to kill. I'm a multi-talented woman, monsieur. Woman? There is a renowned chef, Jean Armstrong, and la tragic poet, Clarice Armstrong. Oh, okay. Oui, I was writing a poem. An angry chef of a tale of a chef in $500,000 in debt, cooking for a man who won $500,000 on la lottery. It is called Pourquoi? It means why. Perhaps I could recite it for la court. Please don't. No, there was no time for a phony to do la acting. You mean you contacted the police as soon as the incident occurred? I asked la old man to call from la payphone. By your own argument, Wright. The purpose of this phony victim's performance was so the old man would see it. In other words, once the incident occurred, this opportunity would completely disappear. Indeed. Bien, it seems la shadow of la doubt has been lifted, n'est-ce pas? I guess Mr. Armstrong is connected to this case, huh? Someone was impersonating Mr. Elk, and I refuse to believe he was oblivious. He was there the whole time, after all, but if you're right, wouldn't Maggie have noticed too? She fell unconscious. Excuse me. You mean that's when the phony stages act? We'll know for sure once I find a hole in this testimony. This is so hard! Stop complaining. Look through the court record. Okay. 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 Oh, it's gotta be... It's gotta be something about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Can we make it work? Nope. That was nothing. Okay. But I feel like I'm on the right track. Okay, that's new. We know the lottery program happens at 1:30. Ha ha ha! I can't sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? The time of day will be added to the witness's Perfect! Okay, perfect. Merci bien. That's French, isn't it? Ha ha ha. I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood. He's even humming a song to himself. Well, I'm in a good mood. I remember that old man arrived not long after him, just after 2 p.m. Are you absolutely sure about the time? When I think really hard, I am sure it was just after 2. Oui. It is the time I stopped serving la lunch menu, quite right. I always break for lunch when the restaurants are serving their specials. I've been known to wind up a case early just to make it on time. Ha ha! Oh, would you look at that? It's almost lunchtime already. Witness. Alright. Let's do it. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong. What do you mean? At the time in question, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket. Oui, that must be la show mon elk was listening to. I can't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct? Oui, oui. I'm sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I had just finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, Trite, if you have one. That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m., and it claims to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30. Now, supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. Oh, he's sweating now. His cry of joy could have occurred after 2 p.m., because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time. You mean 20 minutes. It would have finished at 1:40. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over, there's only one conclusion you could draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder.